Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope you are well, using the Commonplace Tarot for you today. It's really glorious. It's a full moon in Leo. It's just coming around the side here, just getting ready to set. It's really beautiful. I wish you could all see it. Anyway, if you haven't seen these readings before, they're different to the main monthly readings in so much as we are looking for the lesson. This is an exercise in perspective. So I believe that there is wisdom, or indeed a lesson, contained in every experience and interaction that we have, if we are open to see it. And often we are not, because, you know, sometimes when things are challenging, we can't see the wood for the trees, you know. But on reflection, we can often see when difficult things happen just where we were being guided to, right? So this is an attempt to identify it ahead of time so that you can kind of roll with it a little bit more and not fight it. That's the plan anyway, at least. So to that end, what we'll do is pull 3 cards for your current energy, see where you are right now, and then we'll pull 3 cards and see why you are there in the first place. In some instances, it may be that it's trying to teach you something about yourself. Other times it could be showing you what you need to let go of in order that something new come in, you know. We won't know until the cards hit the table. We'll finish off with 3 cards of advice. So I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it will by the end of the reading if you're not quite following as things stand at the moment. So let's see where Capricorn is right now, please. Where is Capricorn right now? Okay, we'll take those. So we have the Devil, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the 3 of Pentacles. Now, if it was anybody else and the Devil had come up first, I would be quite concerned, but obviously the Devil is Capricorn energy here, and it feels like it's more just an assertion of your energy over this reading, and I like that because it's a very authentic expression of you. But I think you're feeling more yourself than you have done in a long time, Capricorn, actually. The Devil, like I said, it's usually got all of these associations with, you know, toxicity and feeling trapped and all that sort of stuff. But I think the fact that it's come up with the 10 of Pentacles is an indication that you are I'm going to say restructuring your life, actually. It feels like it's kind of as big as that, but it's such a methodical way that you're kind of doing it, right? It's kind of dismantling some things and like erecting others because your values are shifting, Capricorn. You know, what once used to mean material fulfillment to you, this is what the 10 of Pentacles is often talking about, it doesn't mean the same anymore. Like, your goals are shifting, your goals are changing, and what your ultimate point of success is feels like it's undergoing a big shift too. Now, the card at the bottom of the deck there is the 9 of Cups, which is interesting because that's all about your happiness, you know. It's sometimes the wish card. It's about your hopes and your dreams and your wishes, but ultimately it's about the way that you take ownership of your emotional state, what makes you happy and what brings value to your life. All those kind of elements. When we read it together with the 10 of Pentacles, I think that you're realizing that a lot has changed with you over the last couple of years, and now you feel quite energized, to me, actually, to think about these things really, really clearly and shift everything around, because the end goal has changed, and certainly your emotional attachment to the end goal has changed. So how can we shift it about? We've got this 3 of Pentacles here and I wonder if you're finding a new tribe. Some of you absolutely might be, because this is a card of cooperation and collaboration. It's working together with other people to build something, and you feel, to me, Capricorn, very much in building mode at the moment. Like, your work ethic is always fastidious, you know. So whether this refers to work or your personal life or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But I wonder if you've been kind of working really hard towards a goal that you realize that is no longer quite right. It's tweaking everything. It's refining everything and going, actually, no, I want to do it different. I feel quite, despite the way it's coming out of my mouth, I feel quite clear-headed. Like there's a, right, I need to do this and I need to change this and I'm going to do more of this and less of this, and I'm going to see how it feels. And if it feels right, then I'll keep doing that a little bit more. If it doesn't, then I'll go back to the drawing board and I'll shift it around again. Because you're in building mode. But it's coming from a really, really good place. Very good place. I notice that we've got the Seven of Swords and the King of Pentacles behind this Nine of Cups, and I feel like this is the realization that you've had, that the thing that you're building wasn't quite going in the direction that actually is in alignment with your energy and what it is that you want. You've almost been doing it because you always were doing it, and now it's kind of like coming back and being all like, no, actually this end goal needs a bit of revision, and therefore the way that I get to it needs revision too. That's very cool. I like that. Tell me why Capricorn is in this energy, please. What's Capricorn learning from this experience? Ooh. We've got the Ten of Swords and the Five of Wands and the Page of Wands. Oh, interesting. But we've got the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, but it's come up in the reverse for you there, which is really interesting because that speaks to me of gratitude. There are things that you are extremely grateful to have in your life and you want more of them. This is good. This is an abundance mindset for sure. But there's also an understanding that there are things that need to end for that to happen, right? Then we see that with the Ten of Swords. Maybe the ways in which you've changed of late, that which has led you to look differently at what it is that you want to bring in for your life moving forwards, is a realization of a whole heap of pain that you've been carrying around with you for a long time. It feels like you're being really liberated from all of this, Capricorn. Lifted, almost, if you will. And in combination with this Five of Wands here, seeing that you've been conflicted for longer than you dare to admit. But it's almost like in the absence of the conflict, now you recognize the conflict for what it was. And you're letting it go. You're releasing it. Because we've got that Page of Wands there, right? This is about excitement about what your life could hold, the directions that it could take. You know, I feel like this huge uptick in energy for you. You feel almost kind of zinging with energy to make these changes in your life. Now, the Page of Wands isn't about movement. It isn't necessarily about those changes happening right now. But again, you know, Capricorn is the king of delayed gratification. It's more the excitement about what could be achieved once you start making all of these changes in your life, really embracing those things that bring value to you and letting go of the things that slow you down, because that five of Wands and Ten of Swords would be a heavy weight around you, Capricorn. Give me some advice for Capricorn, please. Oh, what do we have here? We have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords in reverse. That's not a Five of Wands, that's the Five of Cups. Sorry, I've been up since like 2:30 a.m. I'm sort of tripping over my words. Tell me about advice, please, for Capricorn. Wow. King of Swords and Queen of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this is huge. There they are, right there. What do we have at the bottom of the deck here? We have the Ace of Swords. This is all sorts of epiphanies hitting you here, Capricorn. And not least, Five of Cups and Nine of Swords. You've been focusing on the wrong thing for quite a long time. That's what this says to me here, right? You know, and maybe you've been having quite the headache with it because you did not realise that you were focusing on the wrong thing, but now you see it. Now everything feels like this massive epiphany to you, and you're like, right, okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. It just feels incredibly motivated. You know, there's never an issue with your discipline, but discipline and motivation are two different things. And the discipline that you hold naturally is probably what's kept you on the path that you've been on for quite a long time, but your motivation is changing direction. It wants something else. And with this King of Swords here and this Queen of Wands, I think still very much in the planning and strategy phase, but there are decisions that you are making, or will be making, certainly in the next couple of weeks, that might have some really quite major ramifications, and that's okay, because that's exactly what you want. It's even to some degree just spending more time with people, you know, with friends and stuff like that. Like I said, I felt like there was kind of new tribes starting to surround you a little bit. But now is a good time to be making these changes. This King of Swords here is speaking to me quite loudly about this energy that you have right now. It might not necessarily last forever, but it's here for exactly this purpose. It's here to help you change these things around, so that you can bring more value and more fulfillment into your life, which is magnificent. I love it. I applaud your energy. Could I have some of it, please? That would be wonderful. All right. Good job, Capricorn. Know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.